On 4BC Breakfast, Great Queenslanders.
Today's Great Queenslander has saved countless lives over the years. She also introduced Brisbane to the idea of combining cats with coffee and cake. She's the founder of the Cat Cuddle Cafe as well as Pussies Galore Cat Rescue. She's Katina Bolson. Hello, Katina.
Hello, how are you going? It's lovely to talk to you.
Oh, and likewise. How long ago did you start your cat rescue organisation?
It's probably about more than 25 years ago.
Wow. And
Yeah.
have you got any idea how many cats' lives you've saved over those years?
I really don't. I've lost count, but it would be thousands. I can tell by every time I walk into a vet clinic, there's at least one of my clients will be in there.
Amazing. What was the driver for you, or what remains the driver for you to want to rescue cats?
It's really funny because I've been doing rescue work pretty well all my life. Even while I'm a wildlife rescuer as well, by the way, just to throw that one in. But I started in wildlife care when I was 13, working in a wildlife sanctuary. I've always loved animals of all kinds, and it just kind of went into cats sort of about 30 or so years ago when, the first strays wander into your lives and, there's a need. It just kind of blossomed from there. I do love cats. I love all animals. But cats are my special creature, I think.
Yeah, me too. When we decided to welcome a cat into our lives in 2013, we met you at your house, and we were chosen by two cats. So we took two cats home. One of them, Teddy, is still with us today, and he says to say hello, by the way. But a couple of questions from that experience. First of all, why is it important for cats to choose their humans rather than the other way around? That is something that has stuck with me since that night at your place.
Yeah, that is one of the ways that the cats find their owners, but it's not always the way, Spencer. I've sort of learned since then a little bit more. So cats can choose you, and that's important if they're already sort of a very domestic cat. Some cats will ignore you, but there are the ones that are passed over as well, like the ones that are scaredies. The ones who are scaredy won't necessarily come straight to you, but when you do put the work into a scaredy cat, they become the most passionate cats you'll ever have. So that's something I've learned since I did that adoption with you, Spencer. There's a chance that the ones that sit back may be the ones for you as well. So if you're willing to put the work into a scaredy, you're probably going to get a ridiculously loving animal, but they may not like your visitors. Visitors might not see them.
The second, certainly not at first, that's right. The second question I wanted to ask you out of that experience back in 2013, how many cats do you have at your place? Because you had lots that night.
Yeah, I have 10, but there's also that number changes if I'm bringing in kittens because we can have actually kittens up to 3 months old before they're actually counted in my licence. So, yeah, there's a lot of cats here, but a lot pass through. There'll be, some that pass through for a while. So sometimes I'll have, 15 or 20 for, up to 48 hours. It depends on what's passing through into foster.
Tell me about the Cat Cuddle Cafe. It's I've not been since it moved from Red Hill to Lutwyche. Describe how it works. What is a Cat Cuddle Cafe? Well,
there you go. There's a cafe, obviously, but it's actually the main part of the business or the experience is the cat room. So people book and come in to visit the cats. So they pay at this stage, it's $13.50 per person to spend an hour with the kitties. They can order their coffees, teas, and yummy things, so cakes and toasted sandwiches or whatever snacks they wanted, and actually eat with the cats. So it's a whole experience. It's not just for people who haven't got cats at home. It's for people who actually want to spend time with other cats and cat lovers. I think it's an experience.
Is it a Japanese thing? Because I know it's big over there. It's not just cats, but there's all sorts of bird cafes and all sorts of things over there.
Yeah. Well, the first cat cafe was actually in Taiwan, and it was quickly adopted by the Japanese. It's a big thing over in Japan. It's quite a different experience because they're mostly petting zoos. We're exclusively the only cat cafe in Australia that's actually run by a rescue, so we're totally not-for-profit. So we're a bit different to all those little rooms with animals stuffed in them that they have in Japan.
And so, yes, you combined the cat cafe idea with the rescue. So does that mean you can take home one of the cats that you're having coffee with? Is that how it works?
Well, yes, but not immediately, because we have a very, very strict adoption process. But you may fall in love with someone at the cafe and put an application in to adopt them. I've always joked that we have a Spanish Inquisition before a person can take a cat from us, that they actually are, ready to own a cat.
Fair enough too. You're not buying a bottle of Coke.
That's right, yeah. But we have a lot of cats in foster. We'll have up to 100 cats in our care at any one time. So the majority of our cats are actually in foster care. So we have a foster-based rescue. So most of our adopters actually go out of foster care.
As a society, Katina, we have too many cats, don't we? Like, we have a problem with them. Yours is not the only organisation saving them. What do we need to do as a society to get on top of the problem of too many cats?
Oh, my goodness, the age-old. I feel like the Sorcerer's Apprentice trying to fix the problem. That water just keeps coming and coming. We need to, at probably government level, help with the desexing of animals. That's the first thing. I think all animals that are transferred to another person, whether they be sold, adopted, whatever, at every point of transfer, animals should be desexed. I don't think that breeders should be exempt from selling cats that aren't desexed, because half the problem is people think they're going to breed their cats and they go out and breed with, the moggy down the road. So the other thing is the farmers need to desex their animals. They keep their animals for keeping down the vermin, but they don't desex them. And like your farm machinery that needs to be maintained, I think they should desex their animals. So that's our big problem with the ferals. They've often been farm animals that have just led to breed and breed and breed and breed, and lots of them go off to be feral. So it's a massive problem, and it's overbreeding. It's also people taking an animal because they haven't thought through the 20-year commitment of having an animal and actually then ditching them. So it's a big problem. So we need human education. We need some help at government level as well.
It must be expensive running a cat rescue service with food and vet bills, etc. Obviously, that $13.50 from the cafe, that all funnels in and helps, but I'm sure you've had to pour in a lot of your own money over the years as well.
I used to be a wealthy woman.
Yeah, right.
I own nothing now. It's all gone into that.
Wow.
Really.
Has it all been? Has it been worth it?
I'm a very rich person in my heart. I'm very rich. I actually don't really suffer depression. I think I suffer anxiety, but I definitely don't I'm never depressed. I've always got a kitty to cuddle. There's a lot of, we have to hear nasty stories every day, but we also have a lot of good feel-good stories as well. But it's a very frustrating life. But also the cafe, yes, as you said, Spencer, it's a lot of money to run that thing. We were hoping that cafe would make enough money for us never to have to ask for a donation. But unfortunately, running costs are very high, so we barely cover the costs of running the show. And the rest of the stuff has to be fundraised by us, or, lots of ideas and selling stock and things like that. So to keep the thing rolling, it's hair pulling all the time to make sure that we meet the money side of things.
All right. Well, Teddy says hello, as I say, and to you, Katina Bolson, we say thank you and congratulations on being a 4BC Breakfast Great Queenslander. Thanks for being on the show this morning.
And thank you for always supporting me, because you're a wonderful adopter.
Yes, good on you, Katina. And the Cat Cuddle Cafe in Lutwyche, obviously not open at the moment because of lockdown, but as soon as it's freed up, I'll come and have a look, because I haven't seen your new place since you moved from Red Hill.
You're listening to 4BC Breakfast with Spencer Howson, filling in for Neil Breen on 4BC 1116.